Hello, this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners doing the weekly overview of the ETFs. Why do we look at ETFs? A couple of reasons why. One, they may provide investment opportunities. Two, they may provide input as far as, well, that ETF looks good, but maybe there's some stocks in that group I need to look at. Always remember this. A major portion of a stock price's movement is related to the industry and the sector that it's in. Systemization. We have a limited amount of money and a limited amount of time. Why don't we look for the best of the best and avoid the junk? That helps you. Here's biotechnology, just to show you. That's the 200-day. There's nothing good going on here. Leave it alone. It's that simple. Cloud computing's lagging. Leave it alone. Electric vehicles, lagging. Be careful with that. Dow Jones Internet stocks, lagging. Be careful with that. IBD 50 had a good day Friday on good volume. Was it buying? There was some buying in there, and there's probably some short covering too. It's way below the 50-day. That's not criticizing the IBD 50. They're great stocks, but it's just indicative of the kind of market that we're in now. Don't argue with it. I'm asking you, please, get in line with it. Sit tight. It'll turn. Maybe it's going to turn this week. But the important thing is you will be ready financially and you will be ready psychologically with no baggage dogging you. Okay? That's important. Gold miners lagging, nothing to do with it. Gold lagging, nothing to do with it. Biotechnology, another biotech ETF, bouncing a little bit, but this ain't so good, folks. Watch this. Ugh. I'll shrink that like that. Keep it this way now. Online retail. That's the 200-day there, folks. Talk about a downtrend. Ugh. It did bounce Friday. And know this. Eventually, these things do turn around. When will it? I don't know. Nobody knows the future. But we do have a couple of patterns that we use at Mission Winners to help us determine when to enter. Not suggesting buy here, okay? It's just hitting lows. We buy strength, not weakness. American technology demonstrated a little bit of power below the moving averages. It's going to take a little time here. Dow Jones Medicine, there's nothing good there. Mid-cap, there's really nothing good there. Home builders, there's really nothing good there. This is the S&P 500 Growth Index ETF. IBUY is the ticker. What do you see? Small cap, lagging. Be careful with it. Airlines, not flying. Regional banks, nothing. Mid-cap, nothing. Oil services. In relation to a bunch I just showed you, this doesn't look too bad, does it? No, it doesn't. Maybe it'll start pushing through the 50-day. Oil. In relation to all of them that I just showed you, how does this look? What does that tell you? Maybe look at some oil and energy stocks. There you go. Online retail, nothing. Infrastructure, nothing. Silver, nothing. PPH, pharmaceutical, really nothing. Cloud computing, nothing. Steel, there's nothing really special there. If you buy it, it's really testing your metal. Okay, I'm sorry, dad humor, I had to do it. Semiconductors, they're not even semi-sweet. I mean, there's nothing happening right now. Solar's lagging. Possible double bottom here. Okay, and here's the weekly. All right, had a great run a couple of years ago. But since then, nothing. Basically lost way over half its value. There you go. Back to the daily, nothing there. Small cap, really lagging. Uranium, nothing. Oil, U.S. oil. Gosh, have we talked about oil at all today? See, that's why we do this. That's why we do this. Areas to focus on. I guarantee it. Many of the stocks in the top 10 groups or industries, they're energy related. Aerospace defense was strong, really lagging. Biotech, another biotech ETF, nothing. Home builders lagging, nothing to do with it. Materials, no power there. No real power. Oh, XLE, what is that? Oh, that's an energy ETF. Do you see the points there? You see how this works? Connecting these dots. This is what we do at Mission Winners. Again, we could fly out of control looking at a million different things. Why not systematize a little bit? We've got a limited amount of time and use it wisely. Financials. This has been saying for a long time, stay away. Industrials. This has been saying for a long time, stay away. Technology. That's not so good, folks. All right? But know this, eventually it will turn. When, I don't know. But you have to be ready. And I'm going to get to something in a minute. Consumer staples, not as bad as a lot of the others. Really, look, it's way below the falling 50-day. Consumer staples, it's above the 50-day. But you know what this is? Staples. These are items you have to have. All right? Let's be blunt. You got to have toilet paper, right? Things like that. You got to have soap. Staples, necessities. More defensive. It's hanging in there. Utilities, it's kind of hanging in there. That's also a bit defensive. Healthcare lagging. Consumer discretionary. Look, the staples are okay. Discretionary is lagging. Stuff you don't have to have. Metals and mining, lagging. Look at this. Oil and gas. Oh, gosh, what is oil and gas? Let me think here. Gosh, I'd Google it. Oh, it's energy related. There you go. Retail. Yeah, it's on sale, ain't it? There's nothing good there. Here we go. Software. Not so good. Now, let's go in and look at the MAXLIST stocks. Apple. Yeah, it's pretty bad low there, isn't it? On heavy volume. There's not a lot happening here, is there? Really not. Ask yourself this. Would you see this pattern in any chart book saying, this is what you want to buy? I don't think so. Okay. It will eventually turn, though. Remember that. It will. Okay. Continue onward. When? We don't need a forecast. It'll tell you. Amazon. Lower lows. Bounced. Followed through a little bit. This was on the key list. Some people own it. Some of the VIPs. But I want to see something. This is a lower low. Bouncing. This is a higher low. This low is higher than this low. This was on the key list. We made videos on this before it happened. Before it took off. This was, again, on the key list. On this date, say, if it takes out the highs of that bar, right here, that could be a buy. I'll make this bigger for you so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? This is important. Right here, higher low. This low is higher than this low. Lifts off this day, a pickup in volume, buys in here. And you can say, well, that's not much of a run. Oh, I don't know. 29, the high on this bar, 29.59. Well, so you buy some at 29.70, 29.80, 3,000, right in there. Okay, and we did. And it went up and hit a high of, oh golly, 3,400. That's 500 points. Now, did we sell at the top? No, nobody sells at the top. But when it starts to pull back, we sell into strength. Still great, huge gains. Last year's right here sold when it gapped down. Done. And made really good money. And missed all of this. I was out watching going, man, I'm glad I'm not in that. That's going up and down the river. That's a bad pun. I had to say it. I'm sorry. That's when my kids would just shake their heads. BIDU. This is choppy. It's below the 200 day. It's below the falling 50 day. There's really nothing good happening here, okay? Meta, Facebook. Now, what do you notice about this? You goes, oh, up on heavy volume, right? Gaps. And what does it have? It has a higher low. This low is higher than this low. What's the negative? It's below the 50 day and it's below a falling 200 day. There is a ton of overhead supply here. Okay, here's the weekly chart. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit of overhead supply, folks. No, that's a lot of overhead supply. So perhaps it'll go, but no, there's sellers lurking overhead. So watch it, but it is a higher low. Google had a lower low, bounced a little bit, taking out Friday's highs. What do we wait for? We'll wait for the higher low, okay? We'll see what happens. By the way, you see the low on this bar? The low on this bar is 25.0550. The low on this bar is 24.9906. I'm going to say it again. 24.9906. The low on this bar is 25.0550. The low on this bar was higher than the low on this bar. This is a higher low setup. and it was on the key list and bought and run. There you go. That's the high or low. We use it. Goldman Sachs, there's nothing good going on here. Lower lows, there's nothing great there. MasterCard, his baby's just shopping around. He's all over the place. There's nothing good there. Microsoft, there's nothing good here. All right. By the way, what was this? High or low. There you go. See it? This low is higher than this low. And it lifted off. And notice when it took out the previous bar's highs, how was the volume on this bar? Heavier. That's the setup. Right now, there's nothing going on with it. Be careful. NVIDIA, lower lows, nothing great yet. But golly, gee whiz, what's this? Team, I've been using this for years. Okay, you say, 3 or 4 years? Oh no, maybe a couple of decades plus. There you go. This is just simple. Think about it. A high or low, it is a reversal of investor perception. Right here, this low higher than this low. Take out the highs of that bar, volume pickup. People saw it. You see a bar for, I say $230, okay? And it ran all the way. We didn't sell at the top. Hit 289. That's good money, folks. Couple of buys there. That's good money. High or low setup. Right now, nothing powerful. Nothing powerful there. Tesla. You know, we know all the news with Elon Musk and Twitter and things like this. It's awfully loose in here, okay? Be careful with that. Oh, gosh. Was there anything before that was good about it? Oh, wow. There was a higher low. Look at this. You got to have some fun. It's the weekend, you know? We'll wait and see what happens with it. Nothing right now. Twitter. We all know the news that's going on with Twitter, all right? So maybe wait for a little resolution with that. You know, I mean, this in the brokerage business, this is what they call a haircut, okay? I can say that because I don't need haircuts anymore. Anyway, there you go. And let's move on. Visa. Now, this is a higher low versus here. It's too far. That's too far. Got to wait on it. So anyway, that's the max list. An overview of what's going on. In summary, there's not a lot of good things happening right now. So what does that mean? Err to the side of caution. Please don't feel you have to be doing something every day. A lot of people think that, yeah, we're always doing things. Yes, you know what we're doing? We're striving to make good investing decisions. And frequently, the good investing decision is doing nothing and waiting. Remember that. Have a game plan. Stick with it. We teach this all the time to help the VIPs on what to look for.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.